Now broadcasting. All right, let's see if I go to my YouTube page here, and I'll see if if I can actually hear you talk. Let's see, my channel, YouTube. All right, go ahead and talk. No, it's weird. I still don't hear you. I don't know why that is. Maybe on your end you have to allow your audio to be used or something. I don't know. I'm gonna look real quick while in I'm in the broadcast. I see. Go here. Mute microphone. Overlay options. Camera options. I don't know. Move camera. Turn off camera. I don't know. For some reason, it just doesn't like to use other people in Madden. It's the strangest thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's just I haven't. Now that I think about it, I try to remember if I've tried to stream. I should try to stream when I'm playing like Fortnite or something. See if I can hear Mike. I've done it before. His rage quit video is hilarious. Well, I don't think it registered my top kick, did it? I don't. That's weird. Well, I accidentally hit my button while I was taking up. No, I was taking off a thumbstick that I use for my shooter games. Yeah. The high ones.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's down now. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Have you been reading the Hive notes? That's a good call.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
Forced out to his left. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
No, it's
they
not.
Get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
No. Flight cancellation. There were like 2,500 flights canceled yesterday because of all because of the weather and stuff. No.
That puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leadership
Yep.
is closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea,
Oh no.
slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Yeah, things are pretty stacked up.
Yeah, it's going around for sure.
A lot of bodies, not much space.
At least it doesn't seem to be too serious for most people who are getting it that are vaccinated anyway. Mm-hmm. Good.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the right side.
Oops.
Eric Ebron. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage, but now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
By the way, what happens when I get fired after this game?
With touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington.
Yeah, that's not me joking. Right. Oh, okay. Because it said it wasn't my bye week. It was the week before that. They said if you lose another game, you're gone. You have to win out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on.
When you weren't able to go back to the same team.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
What did you think of the Antonio Brown thing?
First down, it's Brady.
It takes too long for him to throw.
By Alexander Johnson. Bring it back to about the 11-yard line. And they could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Where they thought it was an incentive-based freak out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, here comes
Right.
Smith out of
That's
the end
funny.
zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Seems like a stretch regardless. And like I said, the Giants got a giant. It was like an immovable object, meaning an irresistible force. Like you didn't know which team was going to suck more.
Weeks ago, they had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal, but
Right.
your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Here's second.
Your mic sounds good. With like a earbuds or something.
Here's Brady to throw. He completes it to Jones. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number 920 almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80 catches away from 1,000. What a phenomenal achievement. If he gets there, I have no reason to believe he won't.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting
Yeah.
back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defense.
Yeah, they've played 2 now, I think.
Take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
Again. Dude, I cannot throw in this game. It doesn't matter what I do. I just can't throw. There's no point in me even trying half the time. I can't figure out the timing of when he's going to release the ball. I can't figure out the timing, like the trajectory of the ball out of his hand.
Why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game.
Like I lob that and it's supposed to go like over the top of him, but instead it's just like a line drive.
The rest of the ball game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right.
On the give, this is Eckler. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battle to the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Herbert. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
So I was the #1 scoring team going into the playoffs, even with losing Henry. But then I lost. I also lost Swift,
Here's Herbert.
and then I had the bye week the first week. The second week was the week Brady got shut out. He was my quarterback, so I was missing essentially my top 3 players.
Pointing in.
And I lost.
Field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59
Looks like it.
yard attempt.
Oh, whoa. I don't know.
Not gonna get there. Not enough.
Yeah, just short.
Ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups.
I hit one against Glenn that was like 60-something yards. Had like a 8-mile-per-hour wind behind me.
The difference is what?
Well, your live conditions.
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice. We just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. You got one of those 4-day weekend deals, right? Or 5 or something?
They run it with Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe
Right.
3.
Right.
The score. This is
That's
the
always
NFL
nice.
on EA Sports.
Well, I had like a week where every show I was supposed to do it got the game got postponed.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now Brady, maybe a free play here.
It doesn't matter.
He's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Danny Trejo.
Right, but I mean, I could have a free play and I'm still gonna
43-yard line.
somehow mess it up.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
I just can't. I'm horrible at figuring out this passing. I go into practice and I seem to do okay, but once the game hits, like I can't. In the game, it doesn't seem to act the same in practice. Or maybe it's because my team's defense is so horrible that it's just easier to do.
Not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, I thought I had a first down. That was weird.
He's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done.
I did. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. I like that it finally explained, like, what the hell, why the sand people seem to be, like, working with other people. Oh. No.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Now Brady. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh. That's funny.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brady now to throw.
Jesus Christ.
Intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler Marcus Peters. And a big turnover will get the football back.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean,
And I know this, the holiday season, because very often in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake.
it's hard to enjoy this game when you just can't like do much. It seems like the only way to really play this game, just from watching like my stepson play, is to just go like, don't even treat it like a real game. Just play completely crazy. Because like he calls plays that make no sense and everything like that. Boom, he's winning like 130 to like nothing on like all Madden.
But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
I don't know.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I see guys wide open. I throw it to him, and next thing you know, some guy covers 10 yards in 2 steps and jumps in front of the ball.
Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff. It's Eckler. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. But not much
Right.
on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground.
Yeah, me too.
Honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
What was the flag there? Holding?
And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across
Roughing the
midfield.
passer.
So they will accept
I wasn't even controlling the guy.
a bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Eckler, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize
We had kids, so we just kind of hung out at home.
of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. And out of bounds as he gets this down at the 21 or 22.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12...
I think I've noticed, by the way, on my PS5, I think one of my controllers, I think the joystick is drifting. Yeah.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. All right, coming up at intermission.
Oh,
Charles, you want a way to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by our lane.
Why didn't he tackle you?
Touchdown. It's complete.
What was that?
His 3rd touchdown now.
He literally walked up to you and just stood there.
Going to add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
Good Lord.
All the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you
Good
want
thing
to
I'm at home.
they're locked into a groove. They're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25.
It's not anymore. It won't be. It won't be because of the Bears, probably. It's still technically listed that way, yeah.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the
I can't call play, apparently.
Supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around.
We'll see what they do.
Oh, it's like just not giving me much.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted.
I'm done.
Tough by Jesse Bates. And he will bring this one back.
I think I've tried to pass the ball 4 times. I think they've all been picks. And I have the guy who's on the cover of the game.
Further, boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and a rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know why I should call. It doesn't matter how far I'm down. I should just run the ball the whole time.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be.
I have 2 completions.
But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Brady now on first down. And he finds Beasley complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. To throw, it's Brady. And he's going to go deep for Beasley.
It doesn't matter. It's I try to control the guy too, and like it won't give me control.
It's a good return here.
I'm hitting circle, and then like by the time I have control, your guy's already picked it off.
Starting to wonder, Charles, 5 interceptions. Is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower.
Nope.
But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin the next drive.
Oh, I don't know. I can't figure out what Casey wanted to do there.
They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down.
Right. He wants no grace period. Just like.
Now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
My guy's in the way.
First down and more. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Flushed out right. He's going to go deep.
Jesus Christ. How many? How? I mean, the guy couldn't have been more open.
He's going to get this one to the
You just, I can't hit the guy.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6
Yeah.
gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Guy goes flying past him.
Here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it.
Apparently, you can do crossing routes all day.
But he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
It was pretty amazing.
Running to the right.
It was amazing in terms of Brady, really. I told Bulldog, he really, every producer that we work with should, if we recorded on that, should be forced to listen to it.
Diagnosed as perfect on that.
Because it's the way to handle a situation like that. Like, he was just chill, calm, collective. Like, you wouldn't know anything was any different. In the Stay Live, there was something funky with his test results or something like that, I think they said. Of course.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to
How do I?
here on third down.
There.
Herbert. Toward the side.
Why didn't my guy close like 15 yards in 2 steps?
The side judge, and that's good enough for a
I saw it was going to that guy.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now.
I also had I also did pass play and cover underneath. You can see how well that worked.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So still 14 yards to go. Second.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Herbert. And he finds Tyler Craw. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Yeah, I can't.
Connection on that one. 31
I don't know.
yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there.
It says this defense doesn't know what to do. It's not that the defense doesn't know what to do. It's that it doesn't matter what I call.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into
Yeah, it's
the end
brutal.
zone for a Washington touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
And just ran past the guy.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
Correct.
And that will extend this big lead.
I had several instances this season where I would call defensive plays where there should be guys in position, and when like when I think it was really against Glenn, I think there was another one too, where there was literally nobody anywhere around his guy. Like there was nobody upfield, there was nobody anywhere. Like my safeties weren't there. There were no corners around. You're just like, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, it's to the point now. I don't even know, like what, if it's a playbook thing. Like, you know, maybe I need a different playbook. I've tried a couple. None of them seem to work.
Offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him.
That should have been a pick, wasn't it? At least I thought it was going to be.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jared Cook, 78 yards. And the Eagles are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Mm-hmm.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Oh, spooky, beautiful thing. She's back here with me.
Once more, here's Eckler. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 40, 20, 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, 81 yards. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on.
Well, that's good.
Extra point is on target.
Now the cat is upset.
By one more.
This, yeah. My 6-hour thingy is posted. I'm gonna do it 1 second. Look at this. Still haven't heard back from Mrs. Halstead though.
No?
Yeah.
That's your social studies?
Now after the touchdown, here's
This I
Butker.
know.
Take it away.
Well, Jessica playing that one soccer game or whatever.
On the return, here comes Smith
Yeah.
in the end zone.
See, look at him.
Brought down here inside the
You still haven't heard anything, buddy?
From Mrs. Halstead, no. I heard something from my 6-hour.
Mr. Davis?
Yeah.
Okay. Have fun.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
You okay, Paul?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Brady.
I was just using it, Paul.
I mean, I don't know.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return stopped at the 34-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
I haven't noticed.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
Here is Eckler. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. It's Eckler again. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 26. 166 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Flush to his right.
Yep.
Caught on the right
Number
side.
50 couldn't jump up and grab that.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Does it look like that? Question.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead.
I feel like I should just kick it after I get it, just so that you have worse field position.
And that will extend this big lead.
Because otherwise...
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Brady got to have this one. This complete to Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
I think so.
4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And now here's another interception. By Danny Trevathan. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the
It really wasn't much of a mistake. The guy's open. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Also, what happens when you get this big of a deficit,
I didn't
you're supposed to make
anticipate the guy sidestepping for 4
get
yards.
the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7.
Mike 52, Mike 52. I got him, I got him.
They'll run here with Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No game.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring up
Enjoy. Enjoy your days off. Yeah. Yeah, PFW Thursday. Mm-hmm. Think so, yeah.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what
Alrighty.
a game to put up that
And then I'll let you know if I got fired.
continually feel like they're moving, things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and keep it with them.
My lord, it won't let me exit out of this game.
Do anything wrong, whatever you
There it goes. All right, bro. I'll see ya.